Hello and welcome to part one-ish, part two of the Havisham Lot Rebuild. My last video, I was unable to add this clip into part one, so I found a way to be able to add it to part two, so I hope that's alright. Please don't judge me. If you do, just do it down in the comments so I know that you saw my video and that you felt the need to judge it. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Mostly because, is anyone watching these? Or is it just me and my fiance? Oh, yay! Welcome to part two! So this is the townhome that, if you listen to part one, you would know that my little guy decided that he wanted to live in. Now, unfortunately, I had already done the remodel, so, yeah, we might have to go back in there so that he can make it his. My little guy is 5, so he's got several opinions. Yeah, several. So yeah, yesterday was Halloween. We had a lot of fun trick-or-treating. We went around to his grandparents' neighborhood, and they live in a gated, senior living community, and we were a little bummed because there wasn't too much trick-or-treating going on in the neighborhood, and a lot of houses had their lights on, but only a couple actually came to the door. So we decided to hop in the car and drive to a different neighborhood with a little bit more children in it and go from there, and we found some of the coolest houses. Now, I have not seen any of the houses that have those giant, that you see at the Halloween store or at Costco or Sam's or something, like the giant animatronic ones that you have to press a button for or whatever, or it goes off as you walk by. I've never actually seen anybody own any of those. So for me, seeing that was actually really cool. We went to a house that they had it was really different, okay? They had a courtyard in the front of their house, which is something I'm not used to in this area. So that was kind of cool. But so you walk up the driveway and there's this giant blow up jack skeleton, and then they had a couple they had a witch or something that was in a rocking chair that was swinging and laughed or something like that. It was kind of creepy. And then you walk through the archway to where the courtyard is, and they had one ghost thing which lit up as you walked by it. So that kind of scared my little guy a little bit because he's like, Mom, there's a lot of witches. And then as you go through the courtyard just a little bit closer to where they have the door, they had one that was an animatronic one that had 3 witches, and they were making some sort of witch brews and singing or something like that, or laughing. And then they had a couple other things right by the door, little skeleton things. And it was really, really cool. And I had to tell the guy, too, as, my son's trick or treat, and he's handing out candy to my kid. And I'm like, this is so cool. What? Because I don't usually see that. Oh, I forgot, too. He had music, speakers set up outside the house that you could hear the music from down the street. He was trying to get trick-or-treaters. He went all out. I support this man's life choices, just when it comes to Halloween. I obviously don't know him very well, so I can't say too much, but still, it was just so cool. And then a couple other houses, they had the lights up, or, other, decorations in the yard or something that were really cool. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. At one point, I think we heard bagpipes playing, if I remember that correctly. One of the houses down the way had bagpipes and, competing, trying to, drown out the spooky music that was coming from the house with all the animatronics. It was a lot of fun. And then, after that, it got cold. It got cold really quick. I mean, we already have snow here. So we were okay, last house, we got to get going back to where it's warm. Ran back, to the car because we had parked down the way. And then went back to the house, and from there it was time to go home, It was the end of the night. It wasn't even that late. It was maybe 7:30 at most. It really wasn't that late. But that's the time of the night where it's okay, dinner's done. We start getting ready for bed. I'm no fun. I know. And because they didn't have any trick-or-treaters, they sent me home with a giant bag of candy. What? And so, like, my son was like, but I still want to go trick-or-treating. I want more candy, because he had so much fun. And we were like, nah, dude, it's too cold. It's too cold to be out here. You got plenty of candy. We've got tons of candy back at Grandma and Grandpa's house. Like, Grandma and Grandpa were like, you can have that candy. That is all yours. And, I mean, most of it was chocolate. And little guy doesn't like chocolate. But, he also really wanted to fill up his bucket. Like, we still have candy from last year, right? Like, I don't even know if it's good. I don't even know where it is. I have asked my fiance to hide it from me because otherwise I would go through that and look for snacks. I have a video on Facebook from last year. I want to say it was like shortly after Halloween. It couldn't have been that far after Halloween, but Kenron, he had gone into the closet. It was late for me anyways. Like, I was already in bed, like about to fall asleep, and I hear this rustling from our closet. And I roll over and I look over and dumped out all the candy and was going through it all, looking for something good. I think in the end he found some chocolates. He then turns around and sees that I'm recording. But here's the best part. He's got a piece of chocolate in his mouth. So he's trying to talk right through the chocolate, and he goes, "Don't judge me." And I just start laughing. I burst out. It was just laughing. It was so funny. Oh my goodness. I love that memory. But anyways, so little guy didn't get too much candy this year, but he's got chocolates galore, which if he were to bring that home, that'd be cool too. I mean, they sent me home with a bag of chocolate. Like, they were like, please, just take it. Just take it. We have so much candy. Why did we buy so much candy? Like, and I mean, I don't know. It is kind of like one of those things where, in my mind, it's a little disappointing, even though they do live in like a 55 plus area. Like, their grandkids, people's grandkids don't want to come and like see Grandma and Grandpa. I guess that's not really the usual. Usually, I guess they go and like in the neighborhood and trick or treat, but our tradition has always included Nana and Papa. I think the first year it wasn't too much. I mean, he was 6 months old, so he got one thing of Skittles, I think, which he still didn't even get to eat because he was 6 months old. So, but after that, every year we've had a really great tradition where we go trick-or-treating with them. And then last year we went trick-or-treating after we went trick-or-treating with them. But we go trick-or-treating with them every year. And I was so blessed that they invited me this year. Anyways, so this is the part of the video where I am going to stop talking and let you watch and relax. So thank you so much for watching. And, like it if you like it. Comment. Say something. Thanks, guys. Bye.